Well, hello out there, all my DIY artsy crafty friends and family. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Dee, the Messy Perfectionist, and on this channel I am sharing my love and learning journey for all things DIY artsy crafty, with a large focus on the expansive, beautiful, new to me world of adult coloring. But in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys an unboxing, swatch, review, reveal, all of that good stuff of these Artisto premium pencils that I discovered on Amazon as I was searching for a possible replacement. I don't want to say replacement. Replacement's not a good word for Prismacolors because Prismacolors are always going to be my favorite. An addition to my pencil collection, I guess we'll say, in a budget-friendly manner. And I saw these guys and they were in a very good price range of, I think, around $18. Don't quote me for sure, but somewhere around there. And they got really good reviews overall. So I thought, you know what? I will try them. We will swatch them together. I will let you guys see these and decide from there whether they are a keeper or they need to go back home to Amazon. So as I took a peek at this brand of pencils, I did see the 48 set, the 72 set, and they also have a watercolor pencil set. As I browsed around and looked at this brand's page and the descriptions on all their pencils, I could not for the life of me find where they listed each pencil set's colors. Their description pictures and images were exactly the same. So I just took the chance on assuming that these are similar to the way maybe Black Widow did their pencil sets, which, if you're unfamiliar, Black Widow doesn't have one large pencil edition set like Prismacolor has their 150 set. Black Widow breaks them out into like their Dragon collection, Monarch collection, etc. So assuming that this was similar and that the 72 set and the 48 set would be two separate editions, that's why I got both. So first off, you guys see I already took a peek and wanted to test out a few of these. Instantly kind of a little bit of a pet peeve that here's the swatch card that they supply and here's their pencil trays. Those two colors that I swatched are those first two pencils in those trays. As you can tell, they are in nowhere near order. Now, I have my own swatch cards, and if keeping, would wind up re-swatching them to put in my binder, but figured for the review and unboxing and all that, I want to use the materials that are given. So for me, this order thing is not a deal breaker because I'm going to reorganize. But for you, it may be something if you like to keep all your sets separately. It would be majorly annoying where these cards do not have any sort of sort order. They're not sorted by number. They're not sorted by color, family. And honestly, it was kind of a pain in the butt to swatch them all, as you will see here in the video. What I'm doing here is realizing that all of the pencils in the 72 set are also the pencils in that 48 set. So I went through each one to double check before setting the 48 set aside, making sure that yes, indeed, every single pencil that is in that set of 48 is also in the set of 72. So if you guys watch this video and you decide that you want to give these guys a try, do not purchase both sets. Get either the 72, which is the expanded set, or if you're looking for a smaller one, go ahead and purchase that 48, but don't bother with both or you will just have duplicate pencils. Putting the 48 pencil set aside and just going off of the 72, we will start swatching here in a second, but I wanted to also show you guys the information that came with the pencils, which are these two little pamphlets. The extra ones you see in the back there are the ones that came with the other set, and they are exactly the same. So they show their colors there, how to do some blending techniques and gradients, and then also some other little pieces of information, which I thought was really nice and helpful. Their packaging is beautiful, as you can tell. I really liked the thought put into that, and also the information on how to sharpen your pencils and hold your pencils and things like that. So very nice for a budget brand pencil, I would say. I thought this little extra of the step-by-step tutorial on how to color this turtle was also very cool, and appreciate things like that, especially in a budget brand. You don't see that very often. And it looks like this little pamphlet is just showcasing all of Artisto's other products that they make. So if you are interested and you like what you see, this is what they have currently to offer, available on Amazon. So as we're getting ready to swatch out these guys, I just want to take an opportunity to thank you all for watching this video to the end. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, hitting the like button, notification bell, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. It really does help support me to continue creating content and helps this little channel grow, and it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate all of you who have been here from the beginning and have encouraged me and just shared your knowledge since I am new to this. It's been a lot of fun talking with all of you, learning and growing throughout this whole process, and I have really appreciated the other creators out there who have content like this, because it's helped me a lot. So that is why I also like to share things like these unboxings and swatches, because there's a lot out there, and when you are on a budget or you just don't want to become a major pencil hoarder or marker hoarder or whatever it is, it's nice to see these products in actual use rather than just a quick, say, Amazon review. Seeing reviews from our community, from people that are doing similar things like we are, I find so helpful. So again, if you find anything in this video information wise useful or helpful, please consider subscribing and all that good stuff. So with that said, here we go. I'll probably speed this video up so you guys don't have to watch 2 hours of me swatching. But first thing, I am just removing all of my pencils from the tin to use the swatch card that they provided. And as I mentioned earlier, these pencils are not in any kind of order on the swatch card. So kind of one of the first things I had to do was take a bunch out and try and find them, which then putting them back in the order of the swatch card just irritated me, I'll be honest, because right now they look pretty the way they're sorted in the tins. For the life of me, I do not know why they're sorted nicely in the tins and then their card is just a mess. But that's how it is. So we will go ahead and I will show you the process, and we will talk throughout the video here and there, followed by moments of some music. And yeah, I'll give you my final thoughts towards the end of the video. So just a quick thought on my first impression as I laid down this first couple of swatches here. I did like the pigment. I thought the colors were very bright and the laydown was easy and similar in that way of a softer core pencil. I did think that they were a little more crumbly than I particularly like, and don't get me wrong, I like a soft core pencil. That's why I love my Prismacolors, but these tended to just kind of crumble a little bit more than I like to go. But at this point, it was not a deal breaker yet for me. I wanted to continue to swatch them all and get a feel for them. I did feel like these guys were a little spongy, and at this point, I wasn't sure if it was the pencil, if it was a learning curve for me on how to use these ones, or the mat that I was coloring upon. As you guys see, I got this little long mouse pad here that I thought would be, nice to have laid down for when I'm shooting videos and such. But it does create a little bit more of a spongy feeling, which generally is helpful, I think, when I'm coloring. I didn't know. But as you can see here, the remnants that are crumbling are so much so that when I'm brushing it away, it's just kind of smearing, and I did not like that. I thought that if that transferred in my coloring books, it could really ruin a page for me. So that was not like something I wanted to see more of. I remove the spongy pad and I'm just working directly back on my Cricut cutting mat, which is where, I generally would color before to see if it made much of a difference. And we'll see as we go if that did. And you guys let me know what you think, if you noticed less of a crumbling, the same kind of smears, or what you thought. So I'm just giving you guys a close-up to see if you can see a difference in the lay down and maybe less of a crumbling effect and staying better in the lines from swatching that orange on the harder surface versus the softer matte that I had been using the previous colors on. And I couldn't tell that much of a difference at this point. So we will just continue on. This is also where you will start to see the colors go in a crazy order. I don't know what happened. It started out strong and then we're just like all over the place. And again, pet peeve, not a deal breaker if I'm keeping these, because I will put them in my own order, but it looks sloppy to me and it doesn't make much sense, and it can be frustrating when you are just starting out and you want to get a firmer grasp on color family order. It's nicer when they're laid out for you and you can swatch in that way and just create your gradients based on that and not have to redo all of this work again, which I feel like I would have to do. Here you guys can see where I made my boo-boo on my swatch card. I'm looking for a color and can't find it, and soon realize that, oops, I swatched it there instead of at the bottom where it belongs. So I decided instead of whiting it out, I would try to see how much pigment I can remove using my eraser and the pencil eraser that I use very often. I put a little bit of pencil down outside of the lines there just to see in comparison to make sure I was getting a correct color lay down and not, creating a new shade. And even with the lightest touch there on the outside, I had a lot of trouble removing the pigment with my normal pencil that I use all the time. Now, of course, you're not going to get all pigment up when you're using an eraser on your colored pencil, but usually I can get a little bit more than that. So not sure what that was about, but that's what happened. And then we just continued on. Now that we've swatched out 2 complete rows of these pencils, I feel like it was safe for me to say that these pencils didn't lay down as consistently as I had hoped for. Some I could get a little bit more of a defined line when I would divide the space in the swatch card, and others it just looked very blurred and crumbly, which is strange because even though Prismacolors have a very soft core, you can still get a defined line and you won't get that crumbling. So these are definitely different in that way. What I did like about these was the colors. As you can see, they're very vibrant and rich, but you know, for me, I was deciding, do I want to keep these or not? Are they something so different than my current sets of pencils that I have now? And I didn't decide at this very moment. I kind of walked away and thought on it for a little bit. And ultimately, I did decide to return them to Amazon because they were not performing in the way that would work for me. And I already have a beautiful set of Prismacolors. I have my Black Widow sets, and those are the 2 that I use the most. And then of course I have my Indra Creative Pastel range, which those pencils, I did a review for those as well, perform very similarly to Black Widows. So I just felt like I didn't need to keep these. However, if you do not have a set of pencils and you're looking for, say, a softer core pencil, maybe you have just like Crayolas at the moment, or not to diss Crayolas because I think they are a great beginner pencil. So I'm not saying that. They have a nice range as well, but these would be a step up in that way. They just were not right for me. So that's kind of the outcome that I decided once these were all swatched out, and did return them back home to Amazon. Still looking for, I don't know what, this magnificent alternative to Prismacolors that I don't think exists, but let me know if you guys know of any pencil brands that you just love. If you love Black Widows and you love Prismacolor Premieres, is there something budget friendly kind of in between those 2? Let me know, because I have not found that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of brands out there, but several of them are basically the same brand. They're made in the same factory or manufacturing company. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is, but you will see a lot of different name brands, and they will actually just be the same company that produces, you know, one of the other brands like Castle Arts. And I'm not a fan of Castle Arts. Maybe I need to give them another go, but I have a small set of Castle Arts that I'm not thrilled with. I feel like I have to work very hard to lay the color down. And I don't love that. My hand gets cramped. I have carpal tunnel in both my wrists, so I don't want to have to press and work really hard to get lay down. Now, I will also be showing you guys a small project that I used with these pencils so you can actually see how they perform on different paper. So make sure to stay tuned for that in case you are considering getting these for yourself, because I find that was kind of the best determination for me using them in an actual coloring book or coloring books. Here is a close-up of the card with all of the colors swatched out on it so you guys can get a better view if you would like to see that. And next up is showing how these perform in two different coloring books. The first one I wanted to try was on a smooth page with really no tooth, which is this Mythographic Paradise book. I did do a flip through of Paradise, and as you guys know, I was not a fan just because of all of the very in your face, strange placed hidden objects. So I wound up keeping this book, and it's kind of my test book for things. So that's what I'm doing here. I just figured I would use these pencils to do a couple of flowers and see how well they blend and how I felt about them on actual pages. After completing this, I will then go to a small page out of Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford, which is a coloring book I absolutely love. And that page has a lot more tooth, so we'll see how that performs then. Personal opinion, I did not like the way these performed on a page with no tooth or a smooth page. I have several other Mythographic books, and I typically use my markers in them with maybe a pencil overlay with Prismacolor, and they look beautiful for that. But just using these pencils on a smooth page like this, I did not like the way they blended out. But again, now we're going to see how they go on a page with a little bit more tooth. Grabbing my copy of Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, I turned to this page where I had colored some previous flowers using my Staedtler pencils, following Johanna Basford's tutorials that she has available online, and immediately was having a better experience with these pencils. I thought that they were performing loads better on this page with tooth versus the Mythographic smooth page. So if you guys are in the market and you need a new set of pencils, that's something to keep in mind. I did like the way that they blended on this page a whole lot better. Again, if you have Prismacolor Premieres, if you have Staedtlers, if you have Black Widows, probably could go ahead and skip these. But if you're looking for a new set, they might work out good for you if you mostly color on pages with a lot of tooth. So as we wrap this up, I would like to take another opportunity to thank you all so much for watching. I do hope that this unboxing and review and reveal of how these pencils perform is helpful to you in some way. Again, if it is and you have not yet subscribed, please do consider doing so if you'd like to see more content from me. And until we speak again, remember to always take a little bit of time for yourself, be kind to yourself and others, and have a beautiful rest of your day. And we'll be seeing each other again soon. Bye-bye.